responding to this cry, because Nigerians are calling. They are the ones that are sending you there. They are the ones that sent you there, and they said, okay, let's know, why are you hiding what you are receiving? Only for the ministers to say, based on their own calculation, they feel a minister goes home with so amount, and then they will come and say the money is not up to that. Okay, what exactly, or how much exactly do you receive at the end of the month? Up to now, they didn't tell us how much they do receive, and then they will tell you that some of this money is allowances and the rest. And like you rightly put it, some people serve this country, like military that will know them. They are audible when it comes to every organization. When you call military, you know they are well organized. They don't take nonsense, and just for recent, you hear that some retirees, went to the defense headquarters asking, like protesting. If I say asking, is in the polite way, like protesting, taking over the road, like they are yet to receive their package, their retirement benefit. Like you said, some have died already, some are even sick that they can't even come out, and when you hear and you ask yourself, these are people that protect the interests of this country, these are people that fought for this country, these are people that defend this country, even when at the time that things are not really okay, but they give out their best, to serve this nation. And then this is how they are being treated. And somebody will be sitting. The annoying part is that they are the ones, some of them sitting down and then legislating for what they will receive. Is that bad? Is that bad? And we talk about issue of now, okay, even in the budget, defense is taking 13% of the total cost, and then you have education taking 10%, you have health taking 8%, you have infrastructure with 5%, and still it's not that the money is there. Joyce, we are borrowing over 10 trillion to fund the budget. All this while that we are hearing economic downturn, we are going inflation. Name them. You hardly hear a governor saying, I've given out my salary for a year because the state is not stable. You hardly hear a commissioner saying, I'm giving out my salary for 5 months because the state is not stable. You hardly hear a president saying, I'm giving out whatever they accrue for me in the name of allowances because the country is not stable. Rather, you will hear them, they prefer to borrow in order to fund their excesses.
Sambu Solomon, let me give you the breakdown of this 63.45 billion naira that is going to cost this country in payment of Buhari, Osibanjo, and then other political appointees that when they will be leaving office, that's in 2023. This money is supposed to come out like 3.39 billion naira will come out from the federal government, and each state is supposed to cough out 60.06 billion naira. Like, do you know that there are states like River State where the governor have recently appointed about 14,000 special advisors?
Yes.
Now imagine the money that is going to go into payment of these people at the end of the office. Like, these are the people that some of these people just serve 4 years term, some of them 8 years, some of them not even up to the 4 years term. And at the end of their tenure, they are supposed to go home with this money. This is apart from the benefits that the office have been giving them. Free medical care, free transportation, feeding, amongst others. This is
education
aside
for their children.
Yes, and yet these people will be going home with this amount of money. Let me tell you, as approved, political office holders are entitled, like president, to 300% of their annual salary. And then at the end of the day, we are also seeing the fact that recently 13.81 billion naira was proposed for pension to former presidents, vice presidents, heads of states, chief of general staff, retired heads of service, permanent secretaries, as well as retired head of state. And these people, like you can mention the name of Olusegun Obasanjo, Goodluck Jonathan, the vice president Atiku Abubakar that is now coming out to aspire for the presidency of this country. We have Ibrahim Babangida, who is a former, we also have Commander Ebotu Ikiwe. All these people, like I said earlier on, it's not like people, they are people that are living in hunger. It's not people that like where to sleep. They are not people that you say they don't have means of living. We just continue to enrich the rich, and then the poor continue to become poor. And I ask the question, are we really sensitive to the needs of Nigeria in a time where people are going through so much inflation? Look at the economic challenge that people are facing. It just looks like we're insensitive to the needs of these people that have chosen us to go and stand for them. If you be considering enriching the rich and then leaving people that have served, for example, pensioners for 35 years, meritoriously, these people dedicated their life and everything. Some of them left their families because they were posted to other states and they served. This money were deducted from their salary, and at the end of the day, you're supposed to pay them as pension. But for 10 years, like I said earlier, some people, if you accumulate what you're supposed to pay, like 3 million, and yet we don't pay them, we keep dragging issue. And I say, like, when will this thing change? At the time that people are just suffering. I continue to talk about suffering because, like I said before, 101, people can feed morning, jump afternoon, and then eat in the night. But today it is 001, so that you don't sleep with hunger. So people just struggle to get, at least, let me just have that 1 square meal and then I sleep. Can we start thinking of reducing cost of governance? Like these people that are going to be paid, cut across all the political parties, these same people have been going around campaigning to be voted. We've not seen even one person say, oh, this money is actually humongous, I can't take it, I think you should use it and sink borehole into social community. I think it should be channeled to education, it should be channeled to health. Let's use it to improve the lives of Nigeria. Can we use it to take this 33% people out of poverty, so that when they get employed, they get something to do, they get an enabling environment, they can contribute to the GDP, and at the end of the day, we will not even have the need to borrow. So it means we are borrowing to fund our extravagant lifestyle. Recently, we're talking about how that some of our assets are going to be sold. Sold to who? People that will be receiving a lot, of course.
Yes,
sure. We are thinking of selling these things so that we can fund these budgets. At the end of the day, look at the kind of money that we are budgeting for people that already have. I think, like I always say, going forward to 2023, Nigerians need to open their eyes and do the needful. Look out for somebody that is ready and willing to cut the cost of governance. Somebody that will be able to think of the primary health care in this our local government. Somebody that will be thinking of education. Somebody that will prioritize even creating employment opportunity for the people. I think when we do that, Nigeria will change for the better. It is just rather this severance package that will be costing the country 63 billion naira. I would say it's just rather unfair. It is selfish, like it is inhuman for us to think in that direction.
Yes, like you said earlier, some of these people that will be collecting this, Joyce, I'm assuring you, by the time even these assets that they are proposing to lease some and to sell some, I'm assuring you, the same people will collect that money, and the same people, you see them buying those assets, in the name of or fronting people to buy those assets for them. Because in this country, like you talk about a governor, his office alone, already has created an opportunity for him, because people come with different kind of offer for just the governor, not for the state. Just the governor, not for the state. We have seen a situation whereby companies build houses, from the land to the building, everything, without him putting his kobo. At the end of it, they will give him as a gift. But the office already have created everything that he needed. But you will see people bringing all sorts of things, gifts and the rest. And then these people, and some of these governors are the ones that are even pushing these bills even to the state assembly. And then you talk about some of them, you know, giving them, like the president now, 300% of his income.
Annual salary.
Of his annual salary. You're not 300%. It's not a small money. Talk about the office of the president. You know, the privileges that office alone may have created for him, and what he's enjoying that ordinarily as a person he will not get access to that. Why are people not thinking about all of these things?
Do you even know that as they go, apart from the money that they are going to be paid, these people will also get new cars every 3 years, a house in any part of the country, free medical care, as well as furniture allowance and car maintenance allowance. They are also entitled to cooks.
Yes.
Stewards, gardeners, and other domestic staff, among others, like police will be allocated to them, DSS for life, Sambo Solomon. For life. Yet there are communities that have been suffering attacks from bandits, Boko Haram, among others, that don't even have one security officer attached to them.
Like you rightly say, is unfair, is inhuman. If you have a leader that, you know, will collect such amount and then he will be comfortable, then I think there's a question mark. There's a question mark. It is high time, you know, this time around, you know, for Nigerians to wake up. Let's start speaking. You know, sometimes it's just because that people are not aware. But thank God for programs like this, you know, that, you know, is trying to help people to know even their right and to know what, you know, is going on, you know, from the angle of the leader, and then what is enshrined in the constitution, you know, your right and privileges. Even you as a voter, as the common man that they see you, you have your own right. At least, I said, if you know at the end of it, you are going with such amount, what will take you to just do the right thing and said, okay, by doing this, maybe by just signing, not much effort, this thing will go to the masses. Like roads, it's just a matter of contract. I'm awarding this, you signed, you approve. Water, health sector. And then these people will be happy that during your tenure, this is what you provided. And the monies are there. If the monies are not there, because I told myself, if you say there's no money to do project, then that means there's no money to pay you. That's just the truth. Because how would you feel when you tell me you don't have money to do something that you know I will benefit, but I see you signing something that it will take you almost the money I'm asking for you to do something for me, whether provide water or electricity or a health center. It doesn't speak well. It doesn't speak well. It is high time for Nigerians to wake up, you know, get your PVC and do the right thing. Doing the right thing is that voting your conscience. At least these people are coming this time around campaigning. Some, they don't even care what even the other people are going through, particularly those that this flood have hit so badly. You know, they don't even care. They are doing their normal. Just watch them. Vote your conscience. Once they come, I always tell people, I say, if they come, as long as you didn't ask them money and they give you money, collect and vote your conscience. It's as simple as that. Because some of the money that they are using is not even their own. It's your money that you pay tax. They collect it and they fund their extravagant way of doing things. And this will take us to the issue of insecurity. The alert given by the security alert given by the U.S. Embassy. You know, a prominent person came, you know, said that this alert is untrue and is misleading. And I put myself down and I start asking myself, so people can still talk like this in this present situation, what we are going in Nigeria. Like insecurity, you know, is facing us face to face like neighbors. It's just that you are always being security conscious wherever you are going, whether you're going to the market. I told myself, I said, it's not when the US government said there's a security threat that I started being careful and watch where I go and what I do. But I feel it is not the time for you to start arguing, exchanging word to say whether it's true or not. I feel this is something that we are facing in this country, and I feel we should just find a way of relating with each other and say, how can we collaborate and work this thing out? Joyce, I was shocked.
You know that the information from the U.S. Embassy on terror attack in Abuja, the notification was for their staff to be careful with their movements, and they gave that saying that there will be attack, there's possibility of attack, government agency, amongst other places. But just yesterday, we saw how the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, during the UNESCO Media Information Literacy Week, came out to say that what the U.S. Embassy gave as security alert was misleading and unverifiable. But like I said, the issue of security is not something that we should take lightly. It is something that is very important. Like, we don't need somebody to tell us that we should be up and about. We have in our budget money being allocated to all these agency departments to give us information. And if you're unable to give information and somebody is coming out to give you information, I don't think it is time for us to begin to argue, but to work on it. It is enshrined in the Constitution that every Nigeria has the right to protection of life and his property. Even foreigners that are here with us, it beholds of us to protect them. We cannot sit and fold our hands and wait for things to happen before we take reactive measures. So I like, what is more important, like I said, is what are we doing to nab the situation? We can't take away the fact that there's issues of insecurity. So what are we doing right now? What is the DSS doing? What is the army doing? What's the IGP doing? Like, this is the time that they should start mapping out plans to see how that places are going to be protected. Already some malls have shut down, schools have shut down. Like, are we going to continue to shut down places and then just fold our arms? It's definitely going to affect our economy. Amidst this economic challenge, there will be increase in crime. We're already in the political era, and whether we like it or not, there will be issue of political violence, there will be issue of political attack, there will be, like, issues of kidnapping is on the increase, amongst others. So what I think is more important for me than arguing or rebuking statement is time for us to begin to take proactive measures. What's the relationship between the citizens and even some of these security agencies? Can I confide in them with information and my name will not be mentioned? So I think it behoves of all Nigerians to know that the issue of security is for everybody. When you see something, say something. Like, it is up to us to protect our environment, to protect our society. If we don't do it, we don't have anywhere to go to. So this is the time that you should be security conscious.
Thank you, Joyce. And the time is fast spent with you. And thank you for your input. Thank you for all these analysis, those figures, that came. And I believe that someone out there will pick this information, this vital information, and make use of it. I want to sincerely thank you for doing this with us. And whatever is good, whatever is noble, just think of it. Thank you, and God bless you.